The quote is that Taylor is hesitant to invite Blake Lively to her wedding.
I don't see any reason for Taylor Swift to defend Blake Lively at this point.
I think the only stressful weddings are the ones where you have a small amount and people are on the bubble. And you have to evaluate or assess your relationship with them to see if they should be there.
The biggest celebrity friendship of the past decade is officially over. Taylor Swift and Blake Lively's bond is reaching a new low. Taylor is set married to Travis Kelce, but there has been a surprising update on the guest list. According to media reports, she has chosen to not invite Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds to her wedding, which is possibly the best decision to protect her peace.
Gossip Girl alum may not get an invite to her once close friend Taylor Swift's upcoming wedding to Travis Kelce, according to a new report.
We all know the trial for Blake and Justin is starting on May 18th. A month later would be June 13th. So this wedding date would happen during what people assume will be the Blake Lively Ryan Reynolds trial. The fact that she's going to set and potentially have a wedding during that period.
Blake and Justin Baldwin's ongoing feud plays a major role in Taylor snubbing her so-called best friend. I suppose she might have ignored everything, but her friend has drawn her into this mess by revealing the private messages that they mutually exchanged. The judge has scheduled the formal trial date for this massive Hollywood clash to May 18th. If you consider the matter, that date is a few weeks before Taylor and Travis's planned summer wedding. The danger of being summoned to the witness stand right before her wedding is something that she would never take.
With such a big deal happening for Blake and Ryan, why throw a big wedding that same time? They definitely can't come. It also sets the tone because she's gonna be able to say, look, I can't be deposed. I got a wedding. I'm prepping for a wedding. I have a million things I can't replan. She's gonna clearly try to use that to get out of any debt.
The last thing Taylor Swift desires looming over her perfect wedding month is her supposed best friend fighting a multi-million-dollar trial in a courtroom. But even that unfortunate timing wasn't the final breaking point. The inexcusable act was what was found in court in Blake's phone. She made a friendship-ending error by allowing her private message texts with Taylor to become public evidence.
Blake Lively sued him. If she hadn't sued him, she wouldn't be subject.
Taylor had already been drawn into this case, simply due Blake's conduct. I feel that her being referenced and then all those text messages where she is talking about Justin Baldoni was an effort to support her friend, which is now being used as evidence and making Taylor Swift feel more betrayed.
Crazy. It's shocking to me how many more people are still trying to side with Blake in this.
When Taylor and Travis became engaged, fans anticipated to see hundreds of A-listers at their wedding. But that idea was entirely thrown out the window. They opted to pull back and scale the whole event down to a very exclusive private gathering of about 150 people. This change in approach is the key to understanding everything. When you keep a small guest list, you decrease the chances of secrets slipping out to the hungry press. Taylor realizes that every extra guest is another potential leak. And her 150-person list is a symbol of trust that says, I trust you with my most private day. That's why Blake Lively's blank inbox makes sense. Taylor is basically finalizing the list without drawing unwanted attention.
Taylor Swift has completely moved on from Blake Lively, but poor Blake Lively just can't accept that truth. You know why? She keeps calling Taylor, she keeps texting Taylor, she's trying to call again, and Taylor's like, get the hint.
To understand why this pulled invite is such a big matter, we need to view it through the lens of Taylor Swift's real life. She's not just a person. She's a billion-dollar entity whose every word is watched by millions of fans. For someone at her level of status, true privacy is the most prized currency in the world. When Taylor forms a friendship like the one with Blake Lively, she is effectively handing over a part of her personal life. They both shared private dinners, family moments, and unguarded text messages. The DMs that were leaked are the kind any friend sends to support another who is complaining about a difficult situation. But because Blake chose to initiate a legal war against Justin Baldoni over creative control of a movie, those texts suddenly became official evidence in a federal court. Justin Baldoni's lawyers used Taylor's name to construct their defense, even alleging Blake used Taylor to gain her support.
To say whether you believe or have reason to allege that Blake Lively threatened Taylor Swift if she did not come out and speak on Blake.
Taylor's attempt to comfort a friend was being examined by judges, lawyers, and the global media. A source stated, and I quote, "Having her texts out there made her feel exposed, and like something private suddenly wasn't hers anymore." Now, this could be a difficult moment for a major superstar, and it's where the emotional gap between these two women was perceived to have formed. Taylor was viewed as realizing that Blake struggled to fully protect her friend's privacy. Her strong desire to win her battle was viewed by some as outweighing her desire to keep Taylor's name out of the controversy.
I can't help but see this as shade and clear distance, setting between her, Travis.
Currently, just consider her fiancé, Travis Kelce. He has spent his whole time with Taylor serving as a human shield against negative energy. He booked private villas to keep their trips hidden and is now backing a private wedding to protect her calm. Travis represents safety. On the other hand, Blake represents a serious security breach, which was emphasized after the court released that large set of evidence.
Court documents revealing never-before-seen messages, this time including personal texts between Lively and, get this, mega-star friend Taylor.
Taylor has been formally called simply due Blake's extreme legal actions. I think that this moment changed everything because she realized her private life was being used against her.
I have a text that Taylor Swift allegedly wrote to Blake Lively, and in it she says, "I think this B knows something is coming because he's gotten out his tiny violin." This is in reference to Justin Bell.
However, still, the gravest thing that occurred was when Justin's attorneys claimed that Blake asked Taylor to delete their messages and coerced her to back her openly. The message allegedly indicated Blake apologizing to Taylor Swift for behaving differently, and Taylor stating the entire matter was causing her feel deeply uneasy.
They tried to blackmail Taylor Swift for not supporting her in public. She said, "I will release text messages from the last 10 years if you don't support me in public." She also asked her to delete text messages between the two of them. Probably that had something to do with "It Ends With Us."
As these messages were allegedly leaked, Taylor reportedly was not prepared for it. Media sources indicated she felt distressed, and her fiancé Travis Kelce was also reported to be stressed about the chance that Taylor could be called to testify under oath around the time of their wedding. I can tell you right now that this was described as a turning point, as Taylor Swift reportedly began to feel that for Blake Lively, their 9-year friendship was being treated more like a tool for public support than a personal bond.
Reports coming out that Blake Lively had allegedly tried to pressure Taylor Swift into taking a side. Insiders claimed that Taylor Swift felt used and exploited by Blake Lively, and that she allegedly felt that Blake was trying to use Swift's fame to try and get more support.
Taylor has constantly used her music to discuss her private life drama moments. And notably, her split with Blake Lively is no exception. Her supposed emotions towards her former friend is allegedly reflected in her 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl, and in a track called Cancelled.
That when Taylor had said, "I think this B knows what's coming because he's gotten his tiny violin." Well, it isn't just the part in this song where she says, "or bring a tiny violin to a knife fight." Taylor's notorious for putting in little Easter eggs in everything.
When the song first dropped in late 2025, a lot of people believed Taylor Swift was writing a devoted defense of Blake Lively, hearing lyrics like, "Good thing I like my friends cancelled. I like them cloaked in scandal," and thinking she was backing up for Blake. But the understood meaning of the track shifted just a few months later, when court documents were allegedly released involving the so-called tiny violin texts. Fans realized Taylor had allegedly placed her specific message into the song's pre-chorus as she sang, "Bring a tiny violin to a knife fight, baby." That all ends tonight.
This story is going to be remembered as girl boss flu.
The lyrics are also reported to reflect the legal drama as Taylor sings, "Did you girl boss too close to the sun? Did they catch you having far too much fun?" This line has been widely talked online, with some connecting it to Candace Owens, who criticized Blake's behavior during the promotion of It Ends With Us.
Completely shook because I really never saw this coming. Taylor Swift is literally the godmother to Blake Lively's children. But Taylor's team says for the time being, she's taking a step back from the friendship because she doesn't want to get tangled in this more.
Taylor is reported to have taken those exact words and built a hit song around them. Even Candace Owens reportedly responded publicly, saying she was shocked Taylor used her wording to reference broader personal drama involving her circle. While many listeners thought the song was just another mainstream release, some online readings suggest the lyrics paint a picture of someone who brings others into their own trouble. The song has been described by listeners as a warning about people who may gaslight you or frame you in scandal. It portrays, according to these readings, a toxic friendship that creates problems and uses connections for attention and status. Based on ongoing commentary about the court case and recent claims, some listeners think the song reflects Taylor Swift processing the impact of being pulled into a public controversy involving Blake Lively. The track is broadly interpreted by some fans as suggesting it is better that the friendship ended because the other person's behavior became too difficult to manage.
Really, I can't go out like this. It was more so, how did we let this happen?
When a high-stakes Hollywood dispute turns public, attention frequently extends beyond the primary figures involved. In online conversations, fans have theorized about how friendships and relationships around them might be impacted. Some commentary has even suggested that the situation created tension between the broader circles connected to both sides, especially as legal filings and media coverage increased. However, much of this remains interpretation and public speculation rather than confirmed fact.
Pressure I'm putting on this record by saying that, but I don't care because I love it that much. And I'm so proud of it. And it just comes from like the most infectiously joyful, wild, dramatic place I was.
Across online discussions surrounding Taylor Swift's music and public life, fans have speculated about how her personal relationships might influence her creative work. Certain readings of her song, Cancelled, suggest it reflects themes of distancing from unhealthy friendships, though these interpretations are subjective and not officially confirmed. During the same period, public attention also focused on Taylor's relationship with Travis Kelce, with fans often discussing how he appears supportive of her career and public life. In fan commentary, some have linked this support to broader discussions about maintaining privacy and stability amid intense media attention. Taylor has spoken broadly in interviews and media appearances about how real-life experiences can influence songwriting, but she has not confirmed specific narratives linked to ongoing public rumors or legal discussions reported claims.
Travis Kelce then go and unfollow Ryan Reynolds, and Ryan was still following Travis. I don't think it was an accident. I think that this drama has probably boiled up so much so that Taylor is like, I want nothing to do with this. Travis, you can be done following them. Let's just kind of continue to distance.
In online fan discussions, some users have speculated about subtle social media signals between figures connected to the wider situation, including claims about changes in Instagram follows. However, these interpretations remain unverified and are largely driven by social media speculation rather than confirmed actions.
Are they invited to the bachelor party?
Bachelor party, man. How do you even know there's a bachelor party?
In online commentary, some fans have speculated about a good energy-only mindset in Taylor Swift's personal life, often linking it to how she manages her public circle and privacy. Within that same speculative discourse, some users have also discussed rumored changes to guest lists and boundaries around major personal events, though none of these claims have been confirmed by the individuals involved.
Or your significant other. You got to know them.
You can't.
And you can't let how somebody else does it make you feel like you.
Since that highly public unfollowing, things have seemed noticeably quieter online. There haven't been any public outings, birthday posts, or visible social media interactions. Some fans have read this silence as a sign of distance, suggesting the situation may have stretched beyond just the two well-known figures involved. In online discussions, Travis is frequently portrayed as a supportive presence in Taylor's life, with commentary connecting him to her efforts to maintain privacy and distance from ongoing public drama.
How concerned are you with the Austria concert?
Oh my gosh, I mean, how terrifying, but thank goodness that they are completely on top of it.
In online celebrity conversations, some fans have suggested about distance forming between Blake Lively and Taylor Swift's wider circle following recent media attention. According to online social commentary, there has been a clear lack of public interaction, which has driven theories about strained relationships. Still, these readings remain speculative and unconfirmed. Some online stories have further exaggerated reactions and motives, implying different levels of involvement in each other's private lives, but none of these claims have been confirmed. In public events and interviews, responses to unrelated events have largely remained neutral and nonspecific, leaving much of the story open to public interpretation.
Controversies around Taylor as well. And did we ever see Blake standing up for her in public during those times?
After reports broke that she had allegedly been removed from the list, Blake posted an extremely cheerful photo dump showing her on a sunny getaway with her husband and friends. Her legal team also tried to clarify the situation in the press. During a media interview, her lawyer said she did everything possible to protect her friends from being drawn into the controversy. However, online commentary suggests those explanations felt empty to some observers. Many fans argue that the alleged court filings and messages have already circulated widely, shaping public perception. Because of that, some believe the reputational damage has already happened regardless of intent. This is why many online voices say Taylor Swift may have chosen to distance herself from the situation. In that same discussion, some fans speculate about shifts in friendship circles following the controversy. Reports circulating on social media also connect this narrative to other friendships within Taylor's circle. Some commentary suggests a new group dynamic forming around her current life in Kansas City. Fans point to Brittany Mahomes as part of this perceived shift, noting her proximity to Taylor's new environment. In online discussion, some users also connect Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes as part of this broader social circle. According to fans, the idea is that trust and loyalty define who remains close to her. Others believe the narrative is exaggerated and driven mainly by social media interpretation rather than confirmed events. Overall, the situation is largely shaped by speculation, fan theories, and ongoing online discussion rather than verified facts. In many online threads, users emphasize how quickly narratives can change when celebrities are involved. Some also argue that private friendships often become public stories once legal or media attention increases. This has led to broader discussions about privacy, fame, and control over personal information in the digital age. Commentators note that even minor interactions can be interpreted differently depending on public sentiment. Because of this, many believe it is difficult for any celebrity friendship to remain completely private. In the current climate, every post, message, or absence of interaction is analyzed in detail by fans. This contributes to ongoing speculation about alliances, distances, and shifting loyalties among public figures. However, none of these interpretations are officially confirmed by the individuals involved. Ultimately, much of what circulates online reflects audience perception rather than verified personal intent. These discussions often blend entertainment, speculation, and real-world events into a single narrative. That blending effect can make it difficult for audiences to separate fact from interpretation. Many observers therefore urge caution when evaluating viral claims about celebrity relationships. Even so, interest in these stories remains high because of the public fascination with fame and personal lives. As a result, conversations continue to evolve rapidly across social platforms, often without confirmation from official sources. Overall, the entire situation highlights how celebrity narratives are shaped by speculation, media interpretation, and fan engagement rather than confirmed private reality. As discussions spread online, interpretations often shift quickly, influenced more by trending opinions than by verified facts or direct statements from the people involved, shaping public perception continuously across different platforms every single day online and ongoing public discourse.
Taken Taylor Swift fans to get to this so long that Taylor clearly is not friends with Blake anymore, and that should say everything. To anybody who's still defending Blake Lively out there, how can you justify all these snubs? Explain it to me. Because Taylor should be defending Blake, and that's what Blake thinks too. But Taylor's...
As the June 2026 wedding approaches, media attention continues to focus on speculation about possible guest attendance and shifting celebrity relationships. However, much of this is driven by rumor and online discussion rather than confirmed information. Taylor Swift is widely viewed by fans as someone who has become more selective with her public boundaries over time, especially when it comes to maintaining privacy in her personal life. She is entering this new chapter with Travis Kelce while prioritizing stability, trust, and a more controlled public environment. In that context, Fans often interpret recent changes in her social circle through their own perspectives, though the individuals involved have not confirmed many of these narratives.
Swift is hesitant to invite Blake Lively to Travis Kelce wedding amid Justin Baldoni drama. How about because it'll create a shit?
The absence of certain public figures at major celebrity events often sparks online discussion, but the real reasons behind guest lists are usually private and not confirmed. For Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, fans continue to speculate about how they are choosing to manage privacy and relationships ahead of their wedding, but most of these details remain unverified. What are your thoughts on how celebrities handle privacy and friendships in the public eye? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.